going to the emails of Dr. Fauci. There was an exchange between Dr. Collins and Dr. Fauci referencing a Fox News report discussing it as basically the lab leak as a conspiracy. Collins denied, jumping to conclusions, and he asserted that his mention of conspiracies was referring to the rumor that the virus was bioengineered as a weapon. Is that the position of the administration and their top health experts, that this was not engineered, or is that still an open question and part of this review?
Well, I think we've spoken to this pretty extensively from here. Let me just say on Dr. Fauci and his emails, he's also spoken to this many, many times over the course of the last few days, and we'll let him speak for himself. And he's been an undeniable asset in our country's pandemic response. But it's obviously not that advantageous for me to relitigate the substance of emails from 17 months ago. We've launched, based on the president's direction, an entire internal review process to use all of the resources across government to get to the bottom of the origins. And that's a 100-day process, and we'll look forward to providing more or 90 days, sorry, when it's concluded.
I know that you don't want to relitigate what happened when Biden wasn't in office and when those emails were sent. You guys were
That's a setup.
Probably not.
Okay.
But has anyone from your team briefed the president on what was in those FOIA'd Fauci emails?
I'm not aware of him being briefed on the publicly reported emails.
And then, given that there were some things that Fauci said privately that contrasted with what he said publicly, whether it was masks or whether or not someone who had the virus, had immunity, or other questions as well. I mean, does he still have confidence in his NIH director? Does this change anything at all?
No, the president and the administration feel that Dr. Fauci has played an incredible role in getting the pandemic under control, being a voice to the public throughout the course of this pandemic. And again, I would reiterate, a lot of these emails are from 17 months ago or more, certainly predating this administration, but some time ago as we look to history.
This morning on Morning Joe, Anthony Fauci said that one of the ways to get transparency from the Chinese on the origins of COVID-19 was to, quote, "don't be accusatory." Does the president feel that the initial investigation of the origin of the virus, including that WHO survey that your team had deep concerns over, was the problem with that it was too accusatory? I mean, is that a problem that this administration is being accusatory? Or, I mean, is this a situation where, just following the evidence where it leads?
I think our primary objective here has been working with the international community, rejoining the WHO, working with the international community to unite and pressing the Chinese to be transparent, to provide the underlying data so other scientists can take a look at that data, and to participate in a constructive way in the second round of the next phase, I should say, of the WHO investigation. As we noted at the time when we announced our own internal next step here, our 90-day review, one of the things that was happening in the timeline was the Chinese conveying that that was not their inclination. So I can't assess what the impacts are. I can tell you what our position is and what we've been pressing for on the international stage. Go ahead.